Hello, YouTube, and welcome to another episode presented to you by the Software Advisor, where we're empowering individuals and business owners with a free open source productivity tools. Today, we're going to be discussing with you a tool that I actually use quite often to do. It's basically a diagram software and a flowchart maker. This also a tool is available to you for free. You can use the web version or you can download the desktop version. Both will present you with the same exact functionality. And today I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough what it's actually capable of doing and some of the basic features that it actually offers out of the box. And if you like what you see, then obviously feel free to download. And I use this in my software development world quite often. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and step right into it. So to actually get started with the application, this actually been developed by the folks in diagrams.net. This is a really powerful tool. They actually do plugins with tools like Jira and Confluence, which are used extensively in the kind of software development world. But it comes in packed with features, is available to you for free, and it's actually one of the top applications available in the sort of plugins store that they have in the Jira Confluence world. But anyways, this is not just for software development. This is for just anybody. If you're an individual, if you're a business owner, if you're trying to map out something and draw a workflow or some sort of a process, this is the right tool for you. It's really easy to use and it's free open source. It's online. It has an online version. It has a desktop version. And it's available to you for free. And you can actually, it's backward compatible, and you can actually convert and spit out files in either an XML format or an image file, depending on your kind of personal preference. But yeah, out of the box, it really works with some of your existing tools, kind of like the G Suite with Google Drive. In the Microsoft world, like SharePoint and OneDrive, Atlassian, which is the one at Touchpoint, among Confluence and Jira, and also compatible with things like GitHub, GitLab, Dropbox for visual documentation and distribution and distributed systems. Desktop, as I mentioned, there is a version available to you that you can download. Again, if you would, whether you decided to actually use the web version or the desktop version, they're exactly the same features, look and feel exactly the same. There's no difference, and I'll show you that in just a second. And it's also compatible with Nextcloud. Nextcloud is an on-premise file hosting system for diagrams.net, specifically to them. But if you use something like that, that's also helpful to you. The good news is that actually it's cross-platform compatible, so you can use it on Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Chrome OS, and even any of your mobile devices. So that includes Android and iOS as well. I wouldn't advise you to do any map charts on mobile simply because the screen is small unless you have some sort of an iPad or some sort of a tablet. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on that. So basically, to get really started, all you gotta do, if you go to draw.io, draw.io, and it will take you straight into the application. It will be titled Flowchart Maker. It kind of looks like this, and you have all the available features to you. You can essentially drag and drop. This is all the different icons that are available to you. So this is the web version. That's the one I mentioned, and this is, if I minimize this here for a second, and this is the desktop version. And this is, like I said, it looks exactly the same. I just put together just a couple of diagrams to show you what the tool is capable of. So I just created a simple flow here. Kind of check the car engine light. If you have a warning sign on the dashboard, if yes, then do this. If no, then do that. You can move things around. You can, for each boxes, you can change the style, the color of the box. You can change the font. You have a limited number of fonts coming out of the box, but you can add your own custom fonts as well. And you can use it for more advanced things like, at work for me, I use do a lot of architecture work for software enterprise systems. So, it could be something like that where you have a bunch of computers accessing API gateway and being load balanced. with EC2 instances, which is basically a bunch of virtual computers. Again, this is just specific to my sort of discipline, but you can use it if you're a business owner that, I don't know, sells biscuits or something like that. If you want to put together a workflow for your team or whatever the case might be for your accounting, there's an endless variety of things, right? One thing I want to point out, actually, and this is a lot to me in my view. It's a lot more powerful than Visio. Visio is too clunky, it's too slow, and the way even you use it to customize things is a little bit more difficult. This is much easier flow. It's just the way you put diagrams together, move things around. To me, is a lot more robust. And has been actually this tool has been it's been in existence since 2016, I believe. So kudos to the guys that put this together. Really, really powerful tool. I know it's being used with a lot of consultants and a lot of folks in the software world. But again, it can be used by anybody. So if you go here in more shapes, there's all kinds of available to you. And they actually keep adding things. So this is like, in the software world, Active Directory, icons specific to Android, Atlassian. Networking. A lot of folks in the networking world. This is your AWS icons, and there's like multiple versions of the AWS icons, the old school ones. They have AWS 3D, which is actually the first time I've seen those, so it looks pretty cool. Azure, Cloud Enterprise, Cisco, Google Cloud Platform, networking, Office. Nobody cares about Office anymore, but still there. And then you have Skype that is actually sitting on its last leg right now, VMware. So this is kind of the software stuff, but also it's applicable to business, right? So Archimate, any things that you put in together for a business process, all these kind of shapes are available to you with a simple drag and drop, value stream mapping. And then other stuff like, if you're doing, cabinets, for example, or some infographics, some, process engineering, material design. They have a lot of web icons here. You have your Amazon, your Apple, Chrome, all, Dropbox, all the stuff that you're probably very familiar to you, Instagram, the infamous Facebook. All this stuff is available to you today, all these web logos, and you can just simply drag and drop. And then they have a bunch of signs too that you can potentially use. So yeah, out of the box is actually packed with tons of features available to you for free. This background here, as you can see, it's a grid. So when you actually save the file, when you do a save as, what it will do, it will save it as an XML file by default. And then once you save the file to your desktop, it will just keep syncing, whether you're using the desktop version or the web version. It will just sync with that file. So whatever changes that you make, it will basically sync with that file directly, unless you do another save as and do another iteration. And you can use it also as a potential image, HTML file if you want to. It's pretty straightforward. So yeah, there's tons of options in terms of saving. You can import, you can export, you can print. This is all your edit functions in the view. You can actually see the background here is kind of like a grid-like format. Some folks like to use it. I personally don't like kind of a clear white background, because when you convert this to an image, it will basically not show that grid format. But I like the white version better, but that's just my personal preference. But mentioning this, like, there's something that you can do. You can zoom in, you can zoom out. And there's actually, a bunch of themes that you can apply. There's a dark theme, etc., and a ton of plugins that you can potentially take advantage of. But yeah, this is a quick walkthrough, quick demo with the tool is capable of, and it's available to you for free today. So yeah, if you have any questions, I'll drop the links to this in the comment section if you're interested in seeing more. And with that, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it. And, make sure if you like this video to give us the like button and subscribe for more videos in the future. Thank you for your time.